Okay, this is the termination cover that we're going to remove. Okay, and it holds the end of the ropes. Okay, this is the termination cover that holds the end of the ropes. As you can see, the end of the ropes are laid and braided, so they have loops on them that form the end. Okay, so we're going to have to remove these. All right. There's 6 Phillips head screws that hold the orange cover on. So we're going to remove those. And they have little washers, bent washers that hold the rubber piece on. We need to remove the top cowling of the LiftPod. And these are just little pressed on cowling that goes all the way over the top. So the next thing we want to do is using the 5mm socket or Allen wrench. We'll remove the handle. The handle is pretty unique. It has a guide on it here, but it also has another piece up here that we have to remove. And the handle has a piece for the aluminum housing to hold the handle so it's nice and sturdy. And it also has a little guide that fits into the top of the frame there. To take off the gearbox and drivetrain cover, we need a 2.5mm Allen wrench to take off the screws here. And cover is removed with some on the other side, and they'll come right off. We're going to take the other covers off the gearbox. This particular unit has a plexiglass housing in here, so you can see the ropes that when they wrap up on the spool. The normal production unit will not have this cover on it. It'll be just a plain plastic cover. So we're going to finish taking the rest of the covers off. And there's just one screw on each side. So we took the screw out of the other side and we can take the remaining cover off. We now have to put the 5mm Allen screw on to take off the 2 large bolts that hold the gearbox onto the frame. Before we take the gearbox off, I want to show you a couple things. Number one is the mechanism you need to engage the drivetrain, and that's this clutch. Okay, as you see, I took the bolts off, but this clutch comes down and engages here where it won't move unless you push down on the handle. And that's how it disengages, so you can actually run the gearbox. What we're going to do is pry up on the gearbox and try to remove it from the drum housing there. Okay. Now, as we pull this thing up, you need to be careful of the round ball bearings that engage the drum. If you notice, they're attached by a rubber band. Okay. We're going to start removing the drum and the rope, and we need the 5mm Allen wrench, and there's 4 bolts that hold the drum on this side. We'll have to flip the frame over and take the 4 bolts out of the other side. Okay. On the other side, we can take the other 4 bolts out. Okay, we need to tap out the drum that's compressed in between the frame here. So, there's a number of ways to do it. Try not to hit the drum itself. Okay, we can pry out on the drum a little bit. We need to be pretty careful because it is aluminum and you can damage it. Okay, after you pull the drum out, then we're going to remove the rope from the guide here. This bar, be very careful not to break it, this little guide tube. It's keyed in on each end, and it would be very difficult to replace. So the guide rolls pretty well until we come to the end of the rope, and that's where the knots at the end of the rope get tied up to the guide. So I'm going to use a screwdriver here and pry up just a little bit so I can pull those knots out. Hopefully it won't break the rope for the guide. So we're going to have to take the bearing holders off and the ends of the drum to get the rope removed. Now, here's where we might need the torch to take the screws out of the end of the drum. These screws are Loctited with 222 Loctite into this aluminum housing. Okay, to break the 222 Loctite on the end of the drum, we're going to apply some heat with a torch and heat up the bolt enough to get it 400 degrees to break the Loctite. All right, this should break the Loctite loose. We'll put an end through the drum and the drum end. We'll put it in the proper place there. Now, we have to make sure that there is a opening in the drum here is where the rope from the opposite side goes up through. So that's the only way this thing could go back together. So if I'm careful enough here, put this in. I'll tell you what, let me put the other one in first. This one, that one. And the proper holder there. So as you can see, both ends are in there. And we'll use this one right here. And to make it easier, I think I'm going to put start the screws in here. And this is just to hold it together. Now I'm going to take it back apart and put some 222 Loctite on each screw. And that should hold it together. So we're going to put 222 Loctite on each screw. And we don't need very much, just a little bit of a drop. Enough that it'll coat, that's about all you need. Okay. Let it run down a little bit. And do the same for the opposite side. Make sure all the screws are in nice and snug. Because of the Loctite, you don't really need to tighten them up too much, but you just need to make sure that they're snug. After we get the drum assembled back together, then we need to make sure that the rope wraps up inside the grooves. Okay, so we put the bearing holders back on again. Make sure the shaft of the gearbox can go through the frame and into the drum housing and engage in the cutouts. Alright, with the drum clear down on the stop, the screws should be able to go in and fit right in the drum. We can tighten it up later. So we're going to tighten these bolts up after we tighten the other side up. And we're going to wrap up all this rope on the drum, and it doesn't matter really where it wraps up right now. I'm just trying to get rid of the rope so I can move it underneath these guides a little easier. So we're going to take one at a time, because remember that the guide bar down there, we've got to be careful we don't break or bend it. Okay, we strung the rope through underneath the guide tube and the chute wheel. Now we'll pull the excess rope out to the top of the mast. Put it over the holders. So we'll turn the mast over and then we'll assemble the ropes so the ends are where they're supposed to be. And since we're here, we even put the termination cover back on so that these won't fall off then. Okay, we're going to put the termination block on here. Now you need to be careful right in here because the termination block needs to go over top of the ropes so they don't pinch them or cut them. Okay, we're going to put the orange top back on with the 6 screws. I want to put a couple in here so they hold up here. Okay, we're going to roll the rope up on the drum correctly before we put the gearbox on, so it stays in the proper grooves, things like that. Make sure before you put anything else together that the ropes are in their proper channel and they're not overlapped. Okay? There should be a little bit of tension on there to keep that tight so it won't, so it keeps in the proper grooves. So when we put the gearbox back on, we want to make sure that the roller pins are engaged in the drum properly. To keep those roller pins in place, we put a rubber band around there to keep them in place, and that rubber band will slide off as the gearbox goes inside the drum. Put the gearbox in place. And we can put a couple screws in there to hold this where it needs to go. Put some screws in to hold that gearbox in place. We want to make sure you put the long screws in the gearbox into the frame. Put the cover on that covers the drum. Place the orange cover. Make sure that these alignment pins go in inside. And we'll put a screw on the handle. And the tab goes in the housing there. And all we have to do is replace the necessary screws on the cover, and then we'll be ready to test it. You want to take it all the way up.